Hi, I'm Joe from Worcester Pools, and today we're going to go step by step on how to clean out your cartridge filter system. We're going to use the Waterway Clearwater 2 filter system. Very similar if you have a Hayward or you have a Pentair filter system. A lot of the steps are going to be the same. So the first thing we're going to do is we want to first turn off your pump. So the electric is off to the pump, you're not circulating any water. Whenever you get a pool from us, we make sure we have a gate valve on your pump. So what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and close that gate valve, and there's a little slip to where you go ahead and turn it and lock that into place. What that's going to do is going to shut the water off from your skimmer and isolate the water in your pool, so you're not going to have water gravity feed into your pump. On the back side of the pool, we always put a check valve. It's a Hayward check valve, and inside is a little flapper, so then that way that will automatically shut the water off from the return to the pool. So there's nothing manual that you need to do there. There's an automatic shut off on that side called a check valve. So once we've isolated the water, we're going to go ahead and open up your air bleeder on top of the tank to relieve any pressure that's in the tank, any air, and we're going to go ahead and open up your drain plug. When you open up that drain plug, we're going to go ahead and flush water out of your filter canister out onto the ground. And there's quite a bit of water in these filter systems, so it's going to take a few minutes to drain down. So what you want to do after a few minutes, you can either get all the water out to where the water stops, or just get it down to about here in the tank. So you don't have to drain 100% of it, but the more the better. So once that is out, we're going to go ahead, and there's 2 yellow tabs on each side of your lock ring. And what happens is you want to make sure you only get them with your fingertips, because you push them up and go ahead and turn that lock ring. Go ahead and turn that. Once that comes off, you want to take that, turn it upside down, and set it on the ground, so that way you don't break those tabs. And you only hit those tabs with your fingertips because you don't want to bust your knuckles on any parts on the canister itself. Once that is off, the Waterway system comes with a paddle tool or a pry bar. There's a notch here and a notch on the other side, on this side of the tank. It's important to use the pry tool to go ahead and remove the top lid from the bottom tank, because we don't want to put too much pressure on the handle and rocking the tank itself, because there's an interconnect here between your pump and the tank itself. We don't want to break that. So we're going to use that pry tool to split the canister apart, remove the lid from the bottom. Once we've done that, we can go ahead and take the cartridge out itself, and it's going to be dirty, it's going to be heavy from all the debris. We're going to take it over to our garden hose, and we're going to spray it off real good. Get inside the pleats, clean that real good. You want to clean it every couple weeks depending on use and your environment. So on your filter, you have a pressure gauge. That pressure gauge is generally going to read 0 to 5 pounds on low speed, about 10 pounds on high speed. When you get an increase in pressure of about 5 pounds of pressure, that's when you want to go ahead and clean your filter out. But every couple weeks, you want to clean it out during the summer. Feel the return of the water back into your return to the pool to see if that's good and strong. If that slows off, you want to go ahead and clean your filter. So hose it off with a garden hose real good. Twice a year, around the 4th of July, midsummer, you want to go ahead and soak your filter in a filter cleaner. It degreases it, gets the fine particles out, gets the oils and the suntan oils out of the filter. And there's many different filter cleaners that we can use. One that we like is the Natural Chemistry Filter Perfect. What it is a natural enzyme. Anything made by natural chemistry is a natural product, so it's a natural enzyme that eats those organics and gets those oils out of the filter. We have some other ones by Pool Life or Regal. Go ahead and soak those a couple hours in a bucket of water or a Rubbermaid tote. Let that soak, take it out, hose it off real good. There's also a quick cleaner by Regal, which is a spray. Go ahead and spray that on your cartridge. Hose it off real good. And then finally, Pleatco makes a nice easy tablet or a granular that you just put in a bucket of water, dissolve it. It's pretty inexpensive. Soak that cartridge. So you want to do that twice a year, usually middle of the season and definitely at the end of the season when you close your pool for the summer. Okay, you put that away for next year. A cartridge taken care of will last a couple seasons for you. Once you have that sprayed off and cleaned, we're going to put it all back together. So you'll go ahead and put that cartridge back in your canister, and it sits right on a knob on the bottom of the tank, so make sure that's good and tight. Grab the filter canister lid. You have an O-ring on here, so make sure you lubricate that, make sure that's nice and snug. Go ahead and put that lid back on and push that down real good. You're going to hear some air come out, so you push that lid, make sure it's good and snug. We're going to go back to our lock ring, put that on, and go ahead and close that till it clicks, and then you have it good and snug. Okay, so now we're ready to get everything back up and running. We're going to go back up to the top of our tank, open our air bleeder, make sure we take our drain plug, replace that on the tank. Now we can go ahead, since we've isolated the water, we can go back to our gate valve, pop that up, let the water gravity feed into our pump, make sure that hair and lint pot fills up with water. We're going to make sure it's 100% full of water. We don't want any air bubbles. Once water begins to work its way up through the tank, it's going to go ahead and push all that air out. Once that air's out, it's going to go ahead and start to squirt out of the top of the tank. We can go ahead and close that air bleeder. If we have a frog feeder, a chlorinator, or any other type of automatic feeder, make sure we bleed any water also out of that tank with the drain plug, and go ahead and replace that once water's squirting out. Once that is all set, we're going to go ahead and go back to our pump. If it's a 2-speed pump, we can kick it on to low speed, open up your top air bleeder again just to bleed any more air out of the system. Go ahead and close that, and we've now gone ahead and cleaned our filter and started our system back up. Thank you.